I let out a gleeful yelp as soon as I saw that this had come out. I was so blown away by Bowser from the Nintendo movie. There's so much going on vocally with Jack Black. In many ways, because it's so crazy, there's things that are happening with his voice that operating out of that place of freedom allows him to be in that awesome place vocally. Let's see what he's got with this Kung Fu Panda song, huh?
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right? Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah, show me how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because
What a voice!
oh, baby, baby, how
Oh, baby, baby. That's not how he talks, right? Oh, baby, He's almost giving a parody of that tongue cupping sort of thing that people accuse Eddie Vedder of doing, but he doesn't really do.
was I supposed to know?
And then he opens it up there. Oh, no, 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 no. He's moving around a lot.
That something wasn't right.
Something wasn't right here. Now, we have to understand that great voices move around in the way that people place them in their face. Something wasn't right here. No, that's boring. Something wasn't right here. That's way more engaging because it's traveling around. The air is going sometimes a little bit more out of our nose, sometimes more through our mouth. Sometimes he sounds like a cartoon character from the Warner Brothers. Right here. Sometimes he's more serious, although not really.
Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go.
I love that run, but also that little piece of grit. Listen to that.
That something wasn't right. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let
I should. Lifting something heavy. I shouldn't have let you go. But just for that one little note, again, really dynamic.
you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah,
Now you're out of sight, yeah.
So if you were to talk like this, you would be considered a complete fool.
It would sound inappropriately stupid if he was always doing that. But we have this idea of him going in and out of it. You listen to some of the best vocalists out there, and they do this. Chris Cornell is one of the most prominent examples of this kind of technique. It's usually by throwing off all your inhibitions and being willing to be crazy and stupid that you discover the most about your voice and about what it can do. If you'd like help doing that while not judging yourself and not being afraid of hurting yourself, click the link below, either in the pinned comment or the video description, and join my free voice course. I'll help you pull things out of your voice in freedom that you never knew were there.
how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby.
kissed his head voice?
Baby, 'cause I need to know now because
No, now, because, no, now, because.
my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Hit me, baby, but not too hard. Hit me one more time. Hit me, baby, but not too hard. One more time again. I must confess.
Hear how thin his voice is up there? Hit me, baby. Hit me. Hit me, baby, one more time. And then it's grounded in more of that wonderful baritone sound he's got. But his vocal weight gets really thin. Hit me, baby, one more time. For just a second up there. Time. Yeah. Let's get there. Don't you know? It's actually, the clue is in the line before. Listen. No. He's bringing that resonance back. No. Keep that in mind. And then. Don't you know I still believe? No. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Closer. Don't you know I still believe? There's an extra level of grit there that goes beyond just compressing, pushing his voice to a certain limit, an arbitrary limit that he's felt out in advance. I love that. You will be here. You will be here. That sigh with that H. He's so agile too. Oh, it's so cool. I want to hear the ending.
One more time again. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time.
I knew it. That there would be some awesome vocal gems in the midst of the utter ridiculousness. Honestly, that's where I find most of my vocal gems, is by willing to be completely ridiculous myself as I'm embracing different sounds that my voice accidentally makes and then leaning into those. If you'd like more help doing that with your voice, click that link below in the video description or the pinned comment and join my free course. And be sure that you've watched my other Jack Black video that I mentioned at the beginning. It's linked right here. Belting has more to do with the way the sound vibrates coming out of your face than it does volume. That's a common misconception. This is a belt. Ah! That note is forward. I feel it in the front of my face. I feel it vibrating here. This is not a belt. Ah! Ah! But it's about the same volume. That note is placed further back. I feel it more in the back of my throat, the back of my soft palate, that area. If you want a belt, make sure you feel it. You're directing the sensation of that note towards the front of your face. Talk about a vocal weight, tone and placement, and mixed voice masterclass. Sting's Live Aid performance of Roxanne. Ugh. Sting's approach to hitting higher notes has heavily influenced me, and it's been a huge influence for another one of our favorite vocalists, Ren. So I thought it was about time that I unpack the style and approach of Sting, and this performance is really one of the greatest ones to dive into. Hello? Very chesty. I like to point out those little spoken things.
Phil will be joining us in a minute.
Very normal sounding speech voice. Phil will be joining us in a minute. Kind of heavy. Start there.
You don't have to put on the red
light. Red light. He moves it around. Now, if we go and we experiment with other parts of this melody, Roxanne! No. Let's go back and I'll point out some key resonant shifts that allow him to access his mixed voice seamlessly, to bring his chest voice in when he wants to. Once you admit to yourself how amazing this vocal performance actually is, and that the things he's doing can be learned, it's just mind-blowing what happens with your own voice and your own vocal approach. If you'd like to work on your own vocal approach in a way that will help you unlock some of the things that you are seeing and hearing here, click the link below and join my free course. You can find the link in the pinned comment or the video description, and I will help you take your voice from something that is fixed and boring to something that is exciting and full of... I'm not going to try to imitate him. We're just going for approach. I'm adapting his approach for my voice. So there's going to be baggage and stylistic things that I do just out of sheer muscle memory that are different. That's okay. And it should be okay for you when you're doing things.
Roxanne!
And rah! Even there. Rah!
Rah, 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 crow, twang,
Keep that in mind. Let's practice that. Rock back. Roxanne. Roxanne. Exaggerate it. Put it in your voice. This idea of
back, nasal, crow, brass, whiny, bratty,
Roxanne. 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 Roxanne.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Listen on. Constant shifting of resonance and placement. Constant.
And I sell your body, so.
Sell your body. If we can get that crone back resonance and learn to sort of throw our voice from our chest voice while maintaining that resonant shift, sell your body to, yeah. Ooh. Roxanne. It's a little more open. Pulled chest a little bit more on that one.
You don't have to wear that dress tonight.
Hear that? Night. As he modifies that vowel, he goes from night. It's this fluid dance he has with placement that enables his ability to sing so high, so freely.
Work the streets for money.
Money.
You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
Wrong. Care if it's wrong. Roxanne. He's kissing his head voice, playing with his head voice, his mixed voice. Roxanne. Growing really quickly. It's seamless. Growing his head voice up there. Roxanne. You don't even notice.
You don't have to put on the red lights.
Love that. Light. I exaggerated that, but he ends in head voice. Lights.
Since I knew you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk down to you.
Listen to that transition.
I wouldn't talk down to you.
Hear how he belts the note right before?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then, if you took that same posture, yeah, I wouldn't talk down to ya. It doesn't work at all.
I love you since I knew you.
Yo,
I wouldn't talk down to you.
I wouldn't talk down to ya. Yeah. The components. Head voice, nasal head voice. Grow it as you bring the resonance forward. Experiment with the forward and back placement till you find a tonality that feels and sounds appropriate for that particular character arc over that particular line. Talk down to ya.
I wouldn't talk down to you.
You're so beautiful, so beautiful.
You're just how I feel. I will share you with another boy.
Boy.
No, my mind is made up.
Love that. Listen to how what I'm talking about translates into what he's doing. You can listen with sort of a fresh pair of ears.
So put away your makeup.
Mind up, mind up, mind up.
So put away your makeup. Totally once I want you.
That's a third posture that he revisits a lot. It's almost this, like based on yawned, super. He lowers his larynx a little bit. The rocks is a higher larynx position. And then the up is a lower larynx position, more open throat. And this brings up an interesting point that I have to touch on. Lots of singers are still stuck with that sort of old idea of make sure your larynx doesn't raise, that causes tension. If we observe singers like Sting, and if we observe lots of popular singers, particularly contemporary, rock, pop, all those, their larynx floats. It goes up and down, and it's part of the tone shaping and crafting is, yeah, totally fine to let it float. The thing that I've found when working with students that actually causes tension is when you try to fix your larynx because you have stuck in your mind that you shouldn't raise it. Let it float. Don't think about what your larynx should do. Let it do whatever as you pursue tonal and dynamic opportunities with your voice.
Tell you again, it's about way. Come on.
Come on.
Dark side.
Huge giveaway there. Listen to just the speech.
It's about way. Come on.
Come on. It's like a playful cartoon character. This is very different than his vocal posture when he was speaking at the beginning.
Tell you again.
This is what makes his voice so great. He takes those playful speech things into his sung, meticulously felt out vocal weight there at the end on the part of Sting. Thank you for exploring Sting's incredible vocal approach over this video with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot and will be encouraged to experiment more with your voice. And again, if you'd like help doing that in a way that is free and non-judgmental, that'll help you discover ways to use your voice you never knew were there, click that link below and join my free course. And if you'd like to see more videos on vocal placement and extending your range, check out the videos in this playlist. We'll see you for more. Finding and working with your mixed voice is about learning how to thicken and thin your vocal cord engagement. Independently of pitch and independently of pressure or support. For most singers, this is really difficult because they've learned to associate the sensation of thinner vocal cord engagement with simply singing higher. Start experimenting with thick and thin vocal cord engagement over a comfortable, higher, middle, traditionally chest voice note for you. It helps to move your placement around so that you're resonating towards your soft palate and through your nasal passage. But make sure as you're experimenting to move in and out of this placement so that you can tell the difference and you're not getting stuck in one tense situation. An old friend of mine sent me a text yesterday. Have you heard any of the new Judas Priest? Rob Halford sounds amazing. I was like, no, I guess I haven't checked it out yet. And he proceeded to send me some links, but then he said, the first song you have to check out is The Serpent and the King, because not only does he still got it, but he sounds better than he ever has. And I was like, it can't be possible. I haven't listened to the song yet, but I actually have quite a rich history with Judas Priest. Years ago, I did a project where I played all the instruments and sang 3 songs. And you can hear those songs by following the link in the video description. And they're classic songs, but I'm not going to ruin the surprise by telling you which ones they are. Let's check in on 72-year-old Rob Halford, first by listening to a brief portion of an interview to get an idea of his speaking voice at this point. A fantastic interview by Metal Pilgrim, by the way. Here's an excerpt.
Hello, Metal Pilgrim. Hello, everybody. I'm doing great, man. I'm so excited to see you again, to be with you again, and to talk about everything in the Judas Priest metal sphere.
Clearly, his speaking voice is intact. Sounds great, sounds smooth. But remember, especially with these types of singers, they are a vocal character. They are a musical actor. And what he sounds like there isn't a lot different from anybody else. Yet, historically, his voice has been immaculately different than anybody else. Yes, I'm surprised he sounds that good. Part of me's wondering if there's did they, have him sing and then use AI to de-age him? But I really don't think that's the case. This shows you, this is proof right here that high mix, aggressive singing is sustainable with the right approach. And I've been saying that for years. And it's interesting because, there's people on both sides, right? We've seen age be much kinder to some singers from this era than others. However, we have to take into consideration all the other factors. Drug use, how much they took care of themselves, and yes, their technique. Rob Halford clearly understands what good technique is, has learned about his body, and is able to continue going and going and going. This is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy for him. Let's break down his approach and make it a little less godlike and a little more accessible to all of us mere mortal vocalists. Let's get the pitches. Idols! That's high. Idols to the world! Idols to the world! Now, I'm going to practice growing that. Oh! Good closure, because that's at the root of what is helping Rob do his thing. Good chord closure. Idols to the world! Oh! Just get the notes any way you can in a good closure head voice. Not this. Idols to the world! You want to be able to conserve air by not dumping all of it in your head voice. Idols! That's not going to fly. Then we're going to grow it by making it brash. Yes, with the technique I've talked about all over the place. Some people call it twang. I call it dying cat. This allows us to compress our head voice, which is the essence of a clean high mix. If you're getting the coordinations lined up correctly. Idols to the world! Then there's a lot of shaping happening with the mouth, with the throat. We're going to lengthen a little bit with our throat, yawn it a bit. Idols to the world! Then we're going to shape it with our mouth. Idols to the world! Smile a bit more. Idols to the world! And now finally, we're going to add compression to the point. So compression. Idols to the world! To the point where, and you'll feel this if you have things lined up correctly. Idols to the world! There's going to be a little bit of that. Oh, is my voice going to crack? If you feel like your voice is going to crack, add a bit more support and shape the tone a little bit differently, and you'll find the right balance. This is why he can go so high, sound so powerful, and do it for a whole song. Although later in that interview, he does go, oh, I'm going to have to sing Serpent and the King live. So, lead us to their walls! Manifesting anger! Balancing compression with head voice and support. None of this is possible without proper support and being able to feel out where the energy is supposed to come from. If you would like help dialing in your support and understanding how airflow is your best friend when learning how to do these things with your voice, click the link below in the video description or the pinned comment, and I will help you figure this out. The way his consistency and relative inconsistency, which I'll unpack in a little while, is absolutely incredible. He's 72. Again, this just shows the value of the approach. It's not that he does just have an amazing voice, but he's trained and mindful. Shang, the serpent and the king. The serpent and the king! And then what's so cool about it too is you have serpent and the king! And then you have the guitar doing the major third while the vocalist has dwelled on the minor third. Oh, what a really tasteful musical decision by the soloist. How open King is, but it's not the serpent and the king! This is lighter. This is an upper mix. The serpent, a darker sound. The serpent and the king! No. Serpent and the king! No, which is really more of his posture up there. He is allowing himself to pull his chest a little bit. King! And then he's opening that vowel. King! King! The serpent and the king! The serpent and the king! Ugh. It's really a connected sound, and it's belted, and it's smooth. That, I honestly, that part right there blows me away that someone of his age has that much freedom and elasticity with his voice, serpent and the king, to be able to exist in that lower middle mix upper chest. That's awesome. There's no longer, yeah! Part of what's giving us this classic Priest sound is the doubling that happens up there. The variances and imperfections as he's doing, sliding up to that higher note there. As he's doing that, the other track is doing it at a slightly different time, slightly different pitch. So that gives us some depth that we wouldn't hear if it was just one of him singing into a microphone. That said, longer! It goes back to the way he shapes things that makes it so meaty. Sympathies! Sympathy! Sympathy! Sympathers! Sympathies no longer! Yeah! He can be a bit more on that really high note because of the doubling, but also because he's grounding in that lower, but not much lower. Low! Yeah. As I ground lower and lower, change my placement and change my resonance, the listener's ear, and this happens with vocalists all the time. Chris Cornell is one of the best at this. The listener's ear tends to warm up those higher notes. Sympathies no longer! Versus sympathies no longer! I'm not grounding it in something that is as pleasant or as controlled. So if I can go off the handle and go down like this, I've strung the listener along with mystery and sculpting of my vocal palette. Leader! Leader! Leader? No, leader. It gives it this sinister sound, but it also helps the thickness of the word and the note. Leader! Because he goes from that to leader! You wouldn't be able to do that with leader! Doesn't quite work the same. He knows how to shape vowels in a way that are going to give him the most thickness. They are more than back. Absolutely mind-blowingly incredible. Those vocals. I am going to love this new album. If Rob Halford can do this stuff at age 72, you are not too old to learn new things with your voice. If you'd like help doing that in a non-judgmental and freeing way, click the link below in the pinned comment or the video description, and I'll help you pull things out of your voice you never knew. If you find yourself consistently sharp, your listening environment to your own voice is off. Probably you're hearing too much of your voice relative to what you are singing over or with. Fix your monitoring so that you can get a better balance. If you find yourself being consistently flat, try lowering the key of whatever you're singing so that you can think consistently down on the more challenging notes instead of straining upward to those notes. If you're all over the place with your pitch, cherry pick a short phrase out of a familiar song or one that you happen to be working on. Don't try to hit all the pitches. Speak the lyrics and then gradually introduce some of the more challenging pitches within that phrase. This is going to help you focus on expression before pitch. Once you focus on expression, your pitch will unconsciously fall. Ice Nine Kills Funeral Derangements live in Riverside, California. Spencer is a beast of a vocalist. I'm excited to see and hear how this live performance comes off. Cool.
How the hell do you explain death to such a little kid?
Well, maybe you don't have to. Getting better.
Well, there's multiple people contributing all manner of screamed textures there. It sounds amazing, and what's cool is there's slightly different approaches in addition to different vocalists doing things, and it allows each vocalist to explore different types of spaces with their screams because they can sort of trade off and lean into each other. Really cool interaction. Let's go back and I'll name some engagements and techniques, and then as we continue to listen, you can maybe put your ears on, well, which technique you think that particular scream is, or that one, as they continue to trade off and layer in this live performance. Sigh-based, low, false chord engagement. So, we have one vocalist in the false chord realm. We have the other vocalist engagement. Then we have Spencer leaning into his primary chord and compression technique. Sometimes. Upper constricted, or what a lot of people would consider to be a fry scream. If you'd like help learning how to hone these techniques and sensations necessary to do this kind of screaming and amazing singing, click the link below and join my free voice course, and I'll help you draw things out of your voice you never knew were there. You can find the link in the pinned comment or the video description. Now, there, even though that's a similar pitch as what we just heard, it's a looser sounding scream.
They say behind those gates. They say behind. They say behind those gates. Gates.
That's very different than yay, rah, yay. Those are different techniques. They're placed differently in the vocal tract. The looser sounding one is based off of the sigh technique that Will Ramos does a lot of, that low with a different mouth shape. Different than we can get a similar pitch basis or shape with each one, but one of them's tighter and one of them's looser. It's cool to hear them juxtaposed as different vocalists contribute different things in this performance.
They say behind those gates of
You can hear the singer go low, behind, and then we have the fry engagement right after that.
behind those gates of
And there's a pitch scream. You hear his real voice in there, his primary chords engaged. It's like a note sort of sung, even though there's not a note going for it. You hear much more of the vocalist's vocal quality in there than you do the other two types. This is so cool, the way they've arranged this. That's a play! Ooh, full scores.
Oh my god.
The low engaged with the coming from two different vocalists.
I'll see you on the other side, but I'd kill to bring you back tonight. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. I'll take through summer and discuss ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. Sometimes gets better.
I wasn't that familiar with Ice Nine Kills. I didn't realize they all sang and all contributed so well. This is really cool and rare.
Fucking hear you! Yeah! Sometimes that is my lord! They say that time is up! Buried in mysteries, swimming the eulogy. Still I can't escape the struggle, driven from the space to slumber. Never got fatal by all. Said it's time! Free! Yeah! Free! Yeah!
There you can really hear that difference in engagement, right? Upper constriction and lower constriction. Ping-ponging back and forth between the two different vocals like a call and answer.
Shovels in the sky!
Sky! Sky! Sky! Sky! Compressed!
I'll see you on the other side, but I'd kill to bring you back tonight. Don't give up, don't let go. Don't make this right.
Don't make this right. I like that theatrical sort of character.
Take through sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. Are you ready, Riverside? Begin with the skid on the pavement. It ends here with funeral arrangements. The flesh is living, but the soul's aspire. Of God.
I like the contrast between the background vocalist, the guitar player there. He's got this sort of quivery pitch scream going on to juxtapose with Spencer's thick, variety-oriented sounds. You hear him going in and out of like head voice cracks there on that last scream. That really shows you how much that vocal break technique is being used in that particular setting. Let's go!
Tonight, don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right. I'll take through sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right.
That awesome harmony stack.
I'll take through sorrow and disgust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Don't give up, don't let go.
I love that triple lit drop sound. One killer live performance. I'm excited to dig into more of Ice Nine Kills and Spencer's voice. If you'd like more clarification on all the different types of screams I was discussing and demonstrating during this video, be sure to check out this video on my 3 types of screams. And again, if you'd like more help dialing in the things necessary to do these kinds of extreme engagements with your voice, click that link below and join my free course. You can find it in the pinned comment or the video description. We'll see you for more. It's really less about the length of your practice and more about the quality of your practice. Ask yourself these questions to determine a healthy length and to help you use the time you have to practice to be the most effective with your voice and creativity. What kinds of other activities throughout the day use your voice in a strenuous way or maybe not so strenuous way? What kinds of things are you practicing? Songs? Are you practicing singing with distortion? Are you practicing singing softly? Are you practicing in your head voice? Is your practice consisting of lots of variety? What are you practicing for? Does what you're working towards involve a lot of mental energy, or is it more strenuous on your vocal technique and stamina? Answering these questions is going to help you determine what's healthy for you based on what you're doing and how you're doing it. In other words, listen to your body and make decisions.
I love you, oh loves. Do you have those? Do you wanna share them with me? I love you, oh loves. Oh, do you have those? I'd like to share mine with you. Can we? I'm gonna spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love.